Hey guys, let's talk about variance. I think variance is a very important concept to understand if you want to keep your emotions in check when you're doing plus EV sports betting. So let's use an example. Let's say there are two players. They both have 20 points average per game, right? But the first player over 5 games has scores of 18, 20, 22, 19, 21. And the second player, he scores 10, 28, 14, 32, 16. So you can see the second guy has much lower predictability, and that's what we call high variance. And when we talk about variance, it's also important to learn the concept of standard deviation. It's really just an easy way to make the math more readable. It's just another formula to make the math more readable. They both measure the distance from the center or from the average. And the important thing to know here is the 68, 95, and 99.7% rule, right? What do I mean? What do I mean by that? That means it's completely normal that 68% of the time that you score within one standard deviation. So if the guy's averaging 20 points per game and his standard deviation is 5 points, it's completely normal that 68% of the time he will be within the 15 to the 25 point range, right? And it's completely normal to be within two standard deviations 95% of the time, right? What does that mean? That means on any given night, the guy could be scoring between 10 or 30 points, right? That is within two standard deviations, and that happens 95% of the time. So that just goes to show you, a lot of times when you see those numbers and you think that is completely abnormal and you think the Vegas has rigged the game, that is not true, right? They are actually within the standard deviations that you would expect, right? And to close it out with another example to help you really nail down the concept is picture a dartboard. And let's say the center, the bullseye, is the average. And the first ring around it represents the first standard deviation. The second ring around it represents the second standard deviation. And third ring, the third standard deviation, and so on and so forth. So basically what I'm explaining to you is that over 68% of the time, you'll see darts within the first ring. And over 95% of the time, you'll see darts within two rings, right? Within the center and two rings. And 99.7% of the time, you'll see the dart within 3 rings. And so just remember this next time you see a player with scores that seems to be an outlier, and have patience and push through. If you have a good process that gives you a good edge, then know that there's always variance at play, and you have to be consistent with your volume, place your bets to truly truly see the edge over time. Don't get discouraged over a few outcomes because that could just be due to variance, and it's just noise throwing you off the game.